Hello everyone, welcome to my first ever Mario Kart video and my first video in a long time where I use my real voice. That video doesn't count. Anyways, today we are finally doing something different from Cuphead, as I'm going to be showing you how to make the most out of your items in Mario Kart Deluxe, so that you can get better placements and make smarter decisions. By the way, the tricks that I'm gonna show you in this video can be good for beginner, intermediate and advanced level. That's right, even if you are an advanced player, I would recommend watching this video, because you may acquire some knowledge. Now, with everything out of the way, let's actually begin the guide.
Y muchos dicen de que
Now, I know what you're thinking. 50% of you think that this is the worst item in the game and that it has no use, and the other 50% of you know that this item is actually useful. So today I'm gonna show you the 3 best ways to use the coin in addition to increasing your coin counter. Kicking things off, we got the most common of the uses, which is using the coin to get a better item, kinda like the Minecraft wooden pickaxe. So here's how this works. Let's say that you are in first place from running, then you get a single coin, and the next item set is a single item set, which means there is no double item box. So what should you do with your coin? Use it right away? No.
stupid.
What you should do instead is hold your coin all the way until the next item set so that you can get a better item than a coin in your second item slot. The only exception to this would be if the next item set has a double item box in it. Now, why does this happen? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. You see, there are some items that the game cannot give you twice, like a coin or triple mushrooms, so to avoid giving you the same item again, the game is just gonna give you something else instead, and that something else is gonna be more useful than a coin in 95% of cases. However, there is a possibility in which you can have this happen to you, and that's if you or many people in the lobby have a terrible connection, but you don't have to worry about this, as this phenomenon is not very common. Now that you finally have your defense item, should you use your coin? Well, you can do it if you really wanna increase your coin counter. But what you should do is hold your coin all the way to the next item set, and remember to make sure that this item set has a double item box in it. But why would you wanna hold your coin? Well, I have 2 words for you. The boo. As everyone knows, whenever you activate the boo, he steals an item from a random person in front of you, with first place being the one with the highest chance of getting robbed. And as everyone also knows, the boo's always gonna steal the item in your first item slot and never the one in your second slot. So if you don't want to have your protection item stolen, you can try holding your coin for as much as you can, so the boo steals your coin and not your defense item. Then you can laugh at the person in last for stealing a coin. Now prepare for me to blow your mind, because this is a use I think 70% of you don't know about. If you are in first place with a coin, just minding your own business, then you see a red shell warning, you may think that you cannot use your coin in any way or shape, but allow me to enlighten your mind. Because if you get hit by that red shell, you can actually use your coin to help you recover / get back to full speed faster. This happens because whenever you use the coin item or grab a coin, you actually get a very small speed boost. And as it turns out, this very small speed boost can actually help you recover after getting hit by anything. Now you're gonna have no excuses to say that the coin item is completely useless, because it isn't. So, to summarize all 3 uses, all you have to do is just hold your coin. The banana, a very simple and at the same time a very technical item. Now, before talking about it, you have to know that I'm gonna be presenting this and many other items in a very different way. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to show you all the uses this item has, then I'm going to rank them from best to worst, and finally I'm gonna be explaining why I put them there, so that you can know what to do with your items and what not to do with them. So let's kick things off with the best use of the banana, which is using it to defend against other people's items. The most common way to use it defensively is using it to block red shells, but you can use it to defend against most attack items, with a few exceptions like the super horn or the boomerang. Now, here's why I would recommend using the banana defensively. If the only item you have is a banana, then you decide to use it aggressively and successfully hit someone, which is very unlikely by the way, now you're gonna be vulnerable to other people's attack items because you got rid of your protection, and eventually... Now, keep in mind that this guide is to give you tips on how to use your items, not to tell you what to do. So, if you wanna use your banana aggressively, then go for it. And also, keep in mind that even if you're trailing a banana, you can get hit by the side, so be careful. Now let's go with the second use of the banana, which is placing it in the middle of the track. As I previously mentioned, this is not a way in which I would recommend using the banana, but I'm gonna be giving you 3 cases in which placing your banana in the middle of the track is actually acceptable. The first one is using your banana right before an item set that has a double box in it. or you can use it before an item set that doesn't have a double box in it. But make sure that you have another item in your pocket. And also remember to use it before the item set, not after. The next case is using it if you have protection in your pocket, which is very similar to the previous case, but this one applies even when there are no item boxes around. And the last case would be using your banana so you can use the item you actually wanna use, like in this clip where I'm getting rid of my banana so I can use the super horn and break the blue shell. Or this clip where I'm getting rid of my banana so I can use the mushroom and take this shortcut. Now, I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating and being paranoid about protection items, but trust me, this game has a serious red shell problem. Anyways, let's continue with the next use of the banana, which is using it to snipe other players. As exciting as it is to successfully banana snipe someone, this is not a way in which I would recommend using it. This is because not only are the chances of hitting someone extremely low, but they are even lower if you are driving on a long curve, driving on a glider, etc, etc. Not to mention, you can also accidentally banana snipe yourself. But fear not, because I'm gonna be showing you 4 cases in which using your banana to snipe other players is actually accepted by society, and by society I mean me. The first 3 cases are exactly the same as the ones I mentioned before, no change whatsoever. Then we got the 4th case, which is using it at the very end of the race and the final lap so you can gain a spot by hitting someone. I really hope my explanation was clear. And we finally made it to the last use of the banana, which is using it to snipe yourself. I know this sounds contradictory. I mean, why would you wanna snipe yourself if I just said a few seconds ago that you shouldn't do that? Well, the answer to all of this is blue shell. Let me explain. As you may or may not know, every attack item in this game will hit you differently. For example, a piranha plant won't hit you as hard as a banana peel, a boomerang won't hit you as hard as a green shell or a red shell does, and a banana peel won't hit you as hard as a blue shell does, and you can actually use this to your advantage. If you see that a blue shell is coming and you don't have a super horn to defend against it, you can actually throw your banana forward and incidentally run into it, so you get hit by the banana instead of the blue shell. However, keep in mind that you can only do this if you are driving on a straight line, driving on a section that doesn't have a lot of crazy curves, or if you have a godlike aim. And make sure that you time it correctly, otherwise...
Un video más, mi gente, para perder el tiempo, empecemos.
Even though triple bananas are just regular bananas, but triple, this item is used and played completely differently in comparison to regular bananas, and there are many differences between these 2 items. Firstly, triple bananas are not like regular bananas, which you can just hold in your hand and throw whenever you want. Instead, they will start spinning or revolving around you as soon as you pull them without even asking. In fact, all triple items will start spinning around you without your consent. Secondly, defending against attack items with triple bananas is a lot more different. To defend against attack items with single bananas, all you gotta do is just trail it behind you, but triple bananas is a completely different story. Let's say an attack item is coming for you, like a green shell. If you have all 3 bananas, you have a 90% chance of blocking it. If you only have 2 bananas, you have a 60% chance of blocking it, and if you have 1 banana, you have a 30% chance of blocking it. So keeping this in mind, if you see that a red shell is coming for you, you have 2 ways to defend against it. You can either block it with skill by looking back and dropping one of your bananas, or you can try out your luck by not doing anything and praying to the Mario Kart gods that the red shell doesn't hit you. Also, keep in mind that triple bananas is not a perfect shield, so even if you have all 3 bananas, you can still get hit by items, all because of that 10% chance. Now, this point is not relevant, but you cannot get triple bananas in first when you are playing online. This only happens if you are playing offline. Also, everything, and I mean everything that I have said about single bananas also applies to triple bananas for obvious reasons. However, I have an extra tip exclusive for triple bananas, and that's being ultra defensive, which means not throwing away your bananas stupidly. What you should do instead is holding them for as long as you can, because I mean it is a shield that spins around you and can defend you from items and razors. Why would you ever wanna get rid of them? And that concludes my explanation about bananas. Who would have said a very simple item like this would take forever to explain?
I'm tired, boss.
The good old green shell, the item that hits me every time I throw it forward. Now, the best way to use this item is gonna completely depend on the situation that you are in. In most cases, you are gonna want to use your green shell defensively, not only because this game has a serious red shell problem, but also because there are so many attack items that can easily take you out, especially in the middle of the pack. Not to mention, if you throw away your green shell, you are basically throwing away your protection, leaving you exposed. But keep in mind that green shells cannot guarantee protection. What they can do is reducing your chances of getting hit. There are 2 ways to use your green shell aggressively. You can either A. throw it forward, or B. back it. You can also trail it and hit someone, but that is more defensive than aggressive. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I cannot tell which one of these two is better because both of them have their ups and downs. For example, if you throw your green shell forward, you might hit someone and gain a spot for it, but there is also the risk of hitting yourself. This is especially bad on tracks like Daisy Cruiser or Neo Bowser City because the walls are very tight and tighter spaces equals higher chances of green shelling yourself. On the other hand, if you back your green shell, the chances of hitting yourself are very low, but not zero, and you can prevent people behind you from passing you. There are cases where throwing your green shell forward is actually better, for example at the end of the race. And there are cases where backing your green is actually the best play. For example, if you wanna change your items, you should not throw your green shell forward. You should instead back it, because it is safer and there is no risk of hitting yourself. And if you are the most evil person in the world, if you always have malicious thoughts in your head and you are a complete menace to society, you can backspam your green shells before the finish line and the final lap. But you can do this with any attack item, so you can ruin people's life more efficiently. Now, why should you do this? Is this gonna gain you any spots? No. Are you gonna get extra points for hitting someone at the line? No. Are you gonna have fun ruining people's life? Yeah. So, next time you have an attack item and you don't know what to do with it because the race is about to end, you can backspam it at the line so you can get everyone to hate you. Oh yeah, there is something else you have to know. There are tracks where this item is completely useless, like SNES Bowser Castle 3 or any of the 5 Rainbow Roads. This is because these tracks have so many edges. So, if you decide to throw your green, it is most likely gonna... So, after this explanation, which one is better? Well, I guess the answer is gonna be up to you or your playstyle. I'm gonna be real with you again. The differences between triple green shells and regular green shells are pretty much the same differences between triple bananas and regular bananas. They have the same uses as their single versions, they begin to spin around you as soon as you pop them, and most importantly, you should be ultra defensive with them instead of getting rid of them. Now, there's not much to say about this item because it is almost the same as the regular green shell, but as always, I'm gonna be giving you extra tips. Remember what I said about the triple bananas and the 90, 60 and 30% chance? Well, there is something similar that you can do with triple green shells. If someone backs a projectile at you, you can block it by not doing anything and letting your green shells do the job. Or you can block it by throwing one of your green shells forward, so this way you block the projectile with complete skill. But keep in mind that this is incredibly hard to do. So hard in fact that I had to do it on multiplayer because I couldn't do it in a real race. And that's all I have to say about triple green shells. I know that was a very short explanation, but later into the video I'm gonna be talking more about triple items. But for now I'm gonna leave it there. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, don't do anything. What? You thought I was gonna tell you to do something specific like typing skip the Sigma Pomni? Nah, we don't do that here. But I actually do wanna thank you for making it this far into the video. It means a lot. Mushrooms have an insane amount of uses. You can use them to dodge a blue shell, get away from the pack so you don't get hit by items, or you can simply use it to pass other racers. However, today I'm going to be talking about what I consider to be the 3 most important uses of mushrooms. In this game, there is off-road, and if you drive an off-road, you are gonna slow down. But if you drive on it with a mushroom, you don't get slowed down, and this opens an entire world of shortcuts. There are tracks where the mushroom is completely broken, like Mushroom Gorge, GBA Snowland, Dry Desert, or SNES Mario Circuit 3. This is because these tracks either have an insane amount of off-road, or they have broken mushroom shortcuts, and when I say these shortcuts are broken, I am dead serious.
Wait.
I know, it is ridiculous, but there are also tracks where the mushroom is completely useless, like Toad's Turnpike, Ice Ice Outpost, or Daisy Cruiser, because these tracks have no mushroom shortcuts, making them a little useless. And as a fun fact, there's also this amazing kind of shortcut that I like to call no off-road mushroom shortcuts. And as the name implies, they are mushroom shortcuts where you don't drive an off-road, but you still need a mushroom, because you need the speed boost. The only examples I know are the Piranha Plant Cove Ultra Shortcut, the 150cc version of the Big Blue Ultra Shortcut, don't ever try this one online, and the Dolphin Shoals Motion Glider Shortcut. Now, going back to those tracks where the mushroom is useless, what should you do if you get a mushroom? Well, you're about to find out. Remember how I talked about the coin and how you can use it to recover after losing all your speed? Well, as it turns out, you can do the same with mushrooms. The only difference is that mushrooms help you recover 3 times faster than coins. This is especially good if you're playing on a combo with low acceleration because your vehicle takes forever to get back to full speed. So, next time that you're racing on a track with no mushroom shortcuts and you happen to have a mushroom, you may wanna keep it so you can use it to recover if you get hit. When you go on a cannon glider, you go really fast, everyone knows that, but something that many people don't know is that when you come out of a cannon glider, you slow down a lot. So a good way to recover from such a big speed loss is mushrooming after coming out of the cannon, and this can actually save you a lot of time. I mean, just look at the difference between mushrooming and not mushrooming after the cannon. As you can see, it is noticeable. So next time that you have a mushroom and there is a cannon incoming, you know what to do. You can either use your mushroom upon landing, or you can simply keep it so you can use it later. That also works. Oh yeah, and a very important tip is to use your mushroom right before touching the ground. If you use it way too early or way too late, you are not gonna make the most out of your mushroom. How many times have I said cannon and mushroom?
I'm only human after all. I'm only human after.
In this game, you are gonna make mistakes, and you are gonna make mistakes a lot, especially when you have 11 people tossing items at you and bumping you around, or simply because you forget how to play the game. Fortunately, mushrooms are here to save you, because if you make a mistake, you can simply fix it by using a mushroom and you will be back on track. For example, if you fail a shortcut, mushroom. If you fall off the track, mushroom. If your mom discovers that you own NFTs, mushroom. And there are way more driving mistakes that you can make that you can simply fix by using a mushroom. It is as simple as mushrooming away your problems. Everything, and I mean everything that I have said about mushrooms also applies to triple mushrooms, because I mean it is the same item but triple. But there's one characteristic about triple mushrooms that makes this item completely different from the rest of triple items. Triple mushrooms is the only triple item that can actually benefit other racers. If you happen to run into someone's triple bananas, triple red shells, or triple green shells, you're gonna get hit. But if you happen to run into someone else's triple mushrooms, you're actually gonna get a speed boost. And fun fact, you can actually dodge a blue shell using someone else's triple mushrooms. The only problem is that this is impractical and very, very unlikely to happen in a real race. And a final fun fact to close the show is that Rock Mountain is the best track for triple mushrooms, and it is all because of this broken shortcut that conveniently requires 3 mushrooms to be done. I have finally covered all the specific tips for specific items that I could, but before finishing the video I wanna give you some general tips to ensure that you have the best item management and make the best decisions. Whenever you see a double item box, the first thought in your head is probably to go for it. But you shouldn't always do this, because the people around you also want the double item box and they are most likely gonna go for it. So what can you do in this case, you may be wondering? Well, you have many options. You can risk it and go for a double anyway, or you can play it safe and go for a single because not as many people go for it. You can also slow down so you can secure a double, and if you are completely insane, you can quote unquote back by doing this, which is not very practical, so you can only do it if you're crazy. Or as I would say, normal. If you have triple bananas, triple green shells, or triple red shells, and someone who is near you has a super horn, a piranha plant, a star, or a boomerang, get away from them, because these items can easily crack your protection in the blink of an eye. But why? Well, it's a little complicated. When a triple item begins to spin around you, the game classifies it as a trail item. And trail items can easily be broken if they touch an obstacle or other attack items. And some items like the boomerang or super horn can pierce through items, which means they can hit many targets at the same time. So if you are very unlucky, these items can not only hit you but also destroy your protection, leaving you exposed. Oh yeah, and another very important tip for triple items is to never spam them / use them very quickly, because by doing this you're just going to waste them. For example, if you spam your triple green shells, 2 of them are gonna break on each other. And the same happens with triple red shells, because you are tossing them really fast. Luckily for you, I have 2 cases where spamming your triple items is actually fine. The first one is if you want to use the item in your pocket ASAP, and the second one is if you want to chain your items, but you shouldn't always do this. And before you quit the video, here's a quick explanation. If you are in one of these spots, chain. And if you are in one of these spots, do not chain. And if you're playing in a lobby with 11 people or less, you are gonna have to decide by yourself. I'm sorry, I don't have all the answers. This is Mario Kart, and here nobody is safe, not even the best players in the world. Sometimes you're gonna have really bad luck and not even the best item management is gonna help you. For example, if you are in first but the person in second suddenly gets a quadrillion red shells, there is nothing you can do. If you finally get a super horn and you're about to use it but the boost uses your item, there is nothing you can do. And if you're about to do a crazy shortcut but you get target shot, there is nothing you can do. And I can give you a million more examples, but I think you get what I mean. So the best advice I can give you is to 1. Manage your items the best way you can, And 2, accept that some things are gonna be completely out of your control, because this game has ups and downs. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for sticking around. If you have any questions about the video or you simply wanna ask me something, feel free to do it. And trust me, I am not like those YouTubers who tell you to comment so they can increase the algorithm and gain money from it. I actually read my audience's comments. So if you have any questions, you can comment them down below because there is an 95% chance that I'm gonna reply to you. But anyways, I really hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you acquired some knowledge, and I will see you guys in the next one.